annual commemoration of the 48th anniversary of the fall of Saigon. Today, April 30th, marks the end of the Vietnam War in 1975. Thank you all for making the time to be here with us today in community to reflect upon the tragic events of the war that had catalyzed the mass exodus of refugees from the Republic of Vietnam and Southeast Asia worldwide. My name is Candice Phan, and I am the Civic Engagement Programs Associate of the Vietnamese American Roundtable. And today I'm pleased to be alongside Nguyen Pham, our Community Organizing and Outreach Program Coordinator. Today, Nguyen and I are honored to be your MCs of this event.
Xin chào mừng quý vị đến với lễ tưởng niệm tháng đen do Vietnamese American Roundtable, gọi tắt là VOR, tổ chức. Ngày hôm nay, ngày 30 tháng 4, đánh dấu 48 năm từ cái ngày mà thủ đô Sài Gòn thất thủ, thưa quý vị, chấm dứt cuộc chiến tranh Việt Nam năm 1975. Như lời Candice đã nói, thưa quý vị, là Candice là một nhân viên của VOR và Nguyên cũng vậy. Ngày hôm nay, Nguyên và Candice rất là vinh dự và hân hạnh khi được làm MC của chương trình ngày hôm nay. Candice nào, Candice có nói cho. Cảm ơn quý vị rất nhiều. Candice có thể nói cho quý vị biết thêm một đôi điều về bản thân của Candice được không?
Thank you, Nguyen. So what Nguyen just asked me is, can I share a little bit about myself and why I'm here today? Well, in short, I am the daughter of two refugees. Both my parents fled the docks of Saigon, and after migrating quite a bit, they finally landed in sunny San Jose, California, where they've made it their forever home. It's been a home that I've been blessed to grow up in and learn the Vietnamese culture and traditions. So for me to be here today as your MC of this event in this beautiful rotunda that represents the city with the largest Vietnamese population outside of Vietnam is such an honor, because it's an opportunity for me to present my gratitude towards my parents, my family, and this entire community who have sacrificed so much to raise young Vietnamese Americans like myself. So Nguyen, how about you? What's your story?
Cảm ơn Candice. Như lời Candice đã nói là Candice là người sinh ra và lớn lên tại nước Mỹ. Bố mẹ Candice là người Việt biên sang Hoa Kỳ. Còn Nguyên thì ngược lại tí xíu, là Nguyên sinh ra và lớn lên ở Việt Nam. Nguyên lớn lên đòi. Và Nguyên sang Mỹ năm Nguyên mình tập tiếp sập ở vùng rất là xa xôi, không có cộng đồng người Việt Nam, cho nên là tiếng Mỹ cũng không biết, tiếng đi học cũng rất là buồn, không có bạn bè. Cho nên từ cái ngày mà bố mẹ Nguyên chuyển về San Jose sống, thì cái cuộc sống tinh thần của Nguyên nó mới khá lên được. Rồi từ đó Nguyên mới học giỏi, và hiện tại giờ thì Nguyên đã có công ăn việc làm đàng hoàng, làm việc ở thành phố San Jose và làm việc cho voi nữa. Cho nên là Nguyên cảm thấy cái sự mà thành công của ngày hôm nay đó là nhờ tất cả những cái sự đóng góp của quý vị đã đi trước. Nhờ có quý vị đi trước thì Nguyên mới có được ngày hôm nay. Cho nên Nguyên xung phong làm MC cho chương trình ngày hôm nay.
So Nguyen grew up in Saigon, Vietnam, and at age 17 he moved to the US. Nguyen is very grateful for the Vietnamese American community here, because it was they who had helped him navigate his new life and obtain employment in the city of San Jose and the Vietnamese American Roundtable. It's because of this stability that he's been able to give back to the community, such as helping the homeless community in San Jose and providing scholarships to students with disabilities in Vietnam. Gratitude is at the center of why Nguyen and I are here today, and why the theme of our program this year is highlighting our heroes, starlight in the night sky. Today's program will pay homage to the perilous journeys that our ancestors and families embarked upon, and how so many of them relied upon the starlit night sky to navigate their way across the Pacific Ocean for better opportunities. The Vietnamese American Roundtable recognizes that as we are a part of the younger Vietnamese American generation, we hold a certain responsibility to organize this event every year in order to honor all those who came before us. We look up towards the stars. We look up towards the stars and highlight our local heroes and everyday families who shine their light upon all of our lives and the next generation.
Thưa quý vị, chủ đề của chương trình chúng tôi ngày hôm nay mang tên Ánh sáng trong đêm tối. Chúng con là những người Mỹ gốc Việt trẻ tuổi, là các con cháu của các cựu chiến binh và những người Việt tị nạn, chúng con không có trải qua những cái giai đoạn khó khăn mà quý vị đã trải qua. Chúng con sống trong một cuộc sống ấm no hơn, đầy đủ hơn. Chúng con không có phải lên thuyền vượt biển, phải bỏ lại quê hương đằng sau để mà tìm cuộc sống mới. Chúng con có được cuộc sống ngày hôm nay đó là nhờ quý vị đã đi trước, đã xây dựng. Cho nên đó là trách nhiệm của chúng con đứng ra tổ chức sự kiện này. Cảm ơn quý vị rất nhiều.
We will now be passing it over to Atkinson Tran, the president of VAR's board of directors, and also Philip Nguyen, our executive director, to say a few words.
Xin mời anh Atkinson Tran, The American Roundtable và giám đốc điều hành của Vietnamese American Roundtable, anh Philip Nguyen.
Anh xin thay mặt tổ chức Vietnamese American Roundtable cảm ơn quý vị, cộng đồng và tất cả tham dự để tưởng niệm 30 tháng 4 hôm nay tại San Jose City Hall. Nếu có gì sơ sót, anh xin lỗi trước. On behalf of the Vietnamese American Roundtable, I would like to thank you all for joining us today to commemorate the 48th fall of Saigon. It's been 11 years since a group of younger generations of Vietnamese Americans got together and took on grassroots efforts to organize this annual event. Quite a few of those individuals are in this room today and continue to serve on the board of the Vietnamese American Roundtable. Needless to say, it's been a long and hard journey. Our success would not be possible without all of you, our community, our volunteers, and our elected officials who have supported VARs throughout these years. I look forward to the next generation to continue this annual event so that we can not only remember and reflect on our past, but also build on our community's future. Lastly, I would like to thank our younger generation, especially our volunteers, our staff, and our Executive Director, Philip Nguyen, for continuing to lead this commemoration. Thank you.
Thank you, Atkinson, for your remarks and to place what we're doing here today in the history of what has been done before us, right? Which is one of the central themes for our 48th annual Black April commemoration. Again, I welcome you all here to San Jose City Hall's Rotunda, all of our community members, our distinguished guests, our elected officials, and in the back, all of our volunteers from local Vietnamese student associations from high school and colleges, as we join together this afternoon and commemorate this day that we call in Vietnamese Ngày 30 tháng 4, also known as April. Kính thưa quý vị, quý ông bà, cô, chú, bác, anh chị em đã đến tham dự cho lễ tưởng niệm tháng Tư đen cho ngày hôm nay. Con tên là Philip Nguyen. My name is Philip Nguyen and I'm the Executive Director, as Atkinson has mentioned, or Giám đốc điều hành for the Vietnamese American Roundtable. While today is a difficult day for so many of us, for both the elders and the younger generation in our community, this living and breathing thing that we call the cộng đồng in Vietnamese. Today, we pay homage to those who came before us. Những người tị nạn, cộng sản đã đi trước, and the generation after, thế hệ sau này, who will continue to learn about the legacies and histories that are left to us to care as our own. Today, as we remember the past, I urge you all in this room today at the Rotunda to persevere for the future. 48 years after the fall of Saigon, when we lost our country, our livelihoods, and our lives, cái ngày mất nước, cái ngày quốc hận, I encourage you to keep open your hearts and your minds for the programs this afternoon, the speakers, the performances, the poets, the MCs and their stories that our team has put together for you today to think about your own stories as we highlight our heroes, who we affectionately refer to as những ngôi sao. The starlight in the night sky that had lit the way for hundreds of thousands of refugees adrift at sea, in search of freedom and a brighter future for us all. I would now like to welcome to the stage Ms. Niệm and Christina Johnson, who will be leading us through remarks from our elected officials.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. We would like to thank our dedicated public officials, elected officials who are here to support our 40th commemoration of Black April. We will have elected officials come up and they will be making 1-minute remarks. And we will be starting with the city council members and the mayor of San Jose. So first, we will hear from San Jose Mayor Matt Mahan.
Since Mayor Mahan's not here yet, we would move on to Council Member Bien Don. We'd like you to come on stage, along with Council Member Omar Torres, Council Member David Cohen, and Council Member Domingo Candelas, and Council Member Peter Ortiz.
Thank you very much for everyone to attend this Black April. April 30th, 1975 is not only a day of making the fall of South Vietnam, a land that has its flag, a country called the Republic of Vietnam, for which many soldiers heroically sacrificed their lives. Yet, many lives, blood have soaked the land of South Vietnam while they tried to escape the violence. The savage invasion of the communist soldier from North Vietnam, ideological war between the communist brutalities and the freedom and democracy of South Vietnam. But it is also the day that marked a young generation, like myself, wholly lost the opportunity to contribute to our Vietnamese here in San Jose. Our energy, our talent, to strive for democracy and the prosperity for Vietnam's truly independent freedom. A new generation has grown up, and today, standing in front of you, I will never forget the sacrifice of our soldier on the front line, the prisoner of consciences, the martyrs who sacrificed for democracy and freedom. And many, many lives have been lost in the deep forest and the depth of the sea, looking for the freedom. Let me remind all of us that freedom and democracy could be taken away any given moment, and we should not take it for granted. And we need to preserve and protect it. To all noble scholars, and my compatriots who have been executed and tortured by the communist regime in Vietnam, by saying, Mother Vietnam, we are still here. We will never forget your sacrifice, your contribution of silent refugees to the Vietnamese community in San Jose that always and will always resist the communists. Vietnamese community in San Jose, the community surrounding us, will embrace the freedom and the democracy that will not support the expansion of the communists under any circumstances. I shall take a few more minutes to speak in my native language to my family, my friends, and all the refugees. Ngày 30 tháng 4, 1975 không chỉ là một ngày đánh dấu sự giúp đỡ của Việt Nam đã từng có một là cờ riêng cho một tổ quốc mang tên Việt Nam Cộng Hòa mà biết bao nhiêu chiến sĩ đã hy sinh tại Việt Nam, miền Nam. Đó là ngày mà những người thế hệ trẻ như tôi mất đi cơ hội đóng góp sức lực cho dân chủ, độc lập và tự do thật sự. Một thế hệ mới đã trưởng thành và ngày hôm nay tôi không bao giờ quên sự hy sinh của những chiến sĩ Việt Nam Cộng Hòa. Hôm nay lần đầu tiên tôi vinh dự đại diện cộng đồng Việt Nam ở San Jose ngày 30 tháng 4 2023. Chúng ta là một cộng đồng yêu chuộng tự do, dân chủ và không tiếp tay bằng chướng cho chủ thuyết chủ nghĩa cộng sản dưới mọi hình thức. Nên chúng ta vì cộng đồng, cho cộng đồng. Nếu mà mình không thương yêu nhau thì không có ai sẽ thương yêu nhau hết. Cảm ơn quý vị rất là nhiều.
Thank you, City Council Member Viet Nam. Mayor Matt, would you like to come up?
Yes. Well, good afternoon, and Chao Kui Vi. I don't know that I can do much to improve upon what Councilmember Dewan just said. Apologies for being a few minutes late. It's been a busy day. I've seen many of you here at 3, 4. I think, Senator, I've seen you at maybe 5 events now today, so we're all keeping busy as we come together to commemorate this dark moment in our history. The story of the fall of Saigon, the incredible loss and suffering that the Vietnamese community endured is a reminder to all of us as to how fragile our democracy is and the sacrifices that we must be willing to make if we're going to protect our freedoms, protect our democratic self-determination. So the story of the Vietnamese people, the refugees who came to our country, is an inspiration, and it's one that we must continue to remember and celebrate in a world in which democracy is constantly under threat, as we see today in so many places. So I appreciate the opportunity to commemorate this dark period with you all. As many of you know, my wife's family fled from Cuba when the communist regime took over. My father served in the 101st Airborne Division during the Korean War. So these stories of loss and of fighting to maintain freedom and what so many had to give up are very near to my heart. I want to thank you again. I want to especially thank Councilmember Dewan, my fellow council members who are here, all the dignitaries. We're joined by Congress members, Lofgren and Eshu. It's a great honor to have our congresswomen here with us today, and county supervisors. This is Supervisor Chavez here. It's really a great coming together of community members. So we're all here to say that we support our Vietnamese community. Thank you for all of your contributions to San Jose and the broader region. And we look forward to building a stronger democracy here in America with you in the years ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Everybody stay up there and a picture to invite the elected officials up to speak.
Next, we would like to introduce Supervisor Cindy Chavez to come up and make a few remarks, and Supervisor Otto Lee.
Kính chào quý vị. Tôi là Otto Lee, Supervisors for Santa Clara District 3 and Long. Me here is Cindy Chavez, Supervisor of District 2. It's truly an honor for us to be here today to commemorate, not celebrate, to commemorate this very special and sad day. And for that, our county of Santa Clara has declared not April 30th, but the entire month of April to be the Black April Remembrance Month for Santa Clara County.
And I'm honored to be here as well, and I just wanted to say a very special thank you to the Vietnamese American Roundtable for understanding how important these kind of commemorations are and that they're intergenerational respectful, and solemn. Thank you for letting us join you today.
Thank you. And I do have one thing I want to ask for those who are in uniform. Would you please stand up? I want to give everybody, come on, those of you who are standing, who are wearing your uniform for Vietnamese service in the war. Come on, please stand, men and women, all of you, please stand up so that we can recognize all of you for your amazing sacrifice that you've done for all of us. I want to give you the opportunity.
Là lính là được quỳ đứng lại.
Thank you. Come on, thank you very much.
Next, we'd like to introduce Assemblymember Oshkara and honor our pal from office of Assemblymember Alex Lee to come up and say a few things.
Đây là văn biểu tiểu bang. Anh là cũng biểu Ấn Độ luôn.
Tuan Nguyen from Assemblymember Oshkara's office.
Đây là người phụ nó là làm trong văn phòng của văn biểu tiểu bang thuộc Niệm. Có thể là thông dịch cho.
Thank you for the kind introduction. Hello everyone. My name is Tuan Nguyen. I am the field representative for California State Assembly Member Oshkara. I'm honored to be here today on behalf of California State Assembly Member. Unfortunately, he could not make it to the event today, but please know that we are very honored to be here, and we would like to also thank Vietnamese American Roundtable and all the Vietnamese community leaders for putting together a great ceremony in honoring the heroes who defended our democracy and liberty, and we are very honored today to join this commemoration. So thank you, and thank you, Assemblymember Alex Lee office for also co-signing the joint certificate of recognition.
Next, we would like to introduce from the California State Senate, Senator David.
Thấy nghị sĩ Lê Phật Đức của tiểu bang thành phố.
Kính chào quý vị. Happy to be here with my wife Patty and with so many elected officials here. To the young people, Devar, thank you so much for doing this and continue to do this over the years. Philip, to you and the overall organization, great job. I would like to say to the younger generation a couple of things. One, those of us who have lived in this country for decades have always referred to World War II veterans as our greatest generation. The greatest generation of veterans from the Republic of South Vietnam and the greatest generation of citizens of the Republic of South Vietnam are those who you are honoring and we are honoring today. That will always be the case. That will be the case decades from now, even millenniums from now. And they're the greatest generation of the Republic of South Vietnam because on behalf of the rest of the free world, they stood in the face of losing hundreds of thousands of lives, stood and drew a line and said, we're not going to allow communism to expand. We're not going to let communism expand. Did they fail? No, they did not fail. Because we achieved a just peace and a treaty. And the only reason we had the fall of Saigon is because the communist government violated that treaty and violated international law. And that's the tragedy. So today we remember those veterans did their job. And those citizens did their job and we honor them here today. We have a beautiful resolution on behalf of the California State Senate there on the table because the California State Senate and the California State Assembly every year adopts a resolution honoring this day. Continue to do that in the future. Thank you so much.
Next, we would like to introduce Congresswoman Zoe Lofgren. And from the office of Congressman Rokana Hip Nguyen and Congresswoman Anna Eshu on the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank the Vietnamese American Roundtable for hosting and organizing this event today. It's an honor for all of us to be here with you to remember. There are some that are so blessed to be born in America. And then there are others that choose America. And the Vietnamese people chose America. And it wasn't easy to make that journey. I think we're all here to thank you for coming to America, for having the courage to make that journey, to sacrifice in the face of so much tragedy. You have blessed America. You have blessed this community of San Jose. You are contributors to making this place stronger and better, and when you do, you're making America stronger and better. So bless all of you. It's so good to be with you. Thank you.
In this time in our country, we know that democracy is sometimes challenged, and we need to stand up for democracy. And we appreciate the Vietnamese American community more than any, because you know about democracy and you know about fighting communism and authoritarianism. And for that, we are grateful. We are here for our 48th commemoration of Black April, and its significance is huge. It was a loss, but it was also America's gain. Some of the most patriotic Americans I know are Vietnamese Americans, and for that, we thank you. We do have a resolution. I won't read it, but it's significant that all 4 members of Congress who represent Santa Clara County have signed it. Myself, Zoe Hoffman, Anna Eshoo, Jimmy Panetta, and Ro Khanna. And it's a rare time when you have 2 members of Congress at a single event. So I think that shows you how important we think this is. God bless you all, and we will put this resolution for inspection over at the table.
So at this moment, we would like to recognize and acknowledge all the other elected officials who are joining us today. From the Santa Clara County Board of Education, we have Tara Sri Krishnan, Maimona Afzal Burda, Raina Lori, and from Eastside Union High School District, we have Patty Cortese. And from Franklin McKinley, we have Milan Valentin. And from Berryessa Union, we have Kansan Chu. Can we invite you all to come up for a quick photo with the group, please?
While we're waiting, I'm going to take the opportunity to thank you, all Senate and Congress that came to this event. And I want to give a big shout out for VARS for continuing this tradition. And I know that they'll continue this for many, many years to come. Thank you again, VARS. And thank you for the mayor and the city staff have put out so much amount of energy and time to make this the first Sunday for Black April. Thank you.